This is Dan,
Bob,
Eric,
and Dr. Aggro.
and welcome to GigaBoots podcast number 77. We get to name these again.
Whoa, is that the title?
No.
It's gonna be the title. It's gonna be the title.
That was some lazy meta bullshit like we used to do.
No, see, that's
When did we stop?
when we stopped doing podcasts.
Oh, right.
So, did you actually think of a name for this one beforehand?
I was gonna name it the Hypey Fucking Youth, but I didn't want to put fucking in the middle. And I was like, Hypey Youth doesn't have the same ring to it. So I don't know.
Did Hypey Fucking Youth have a ring to it?
Huh?
Hypey Youth.
What?
What the fuck?
Are you making
Hype?
K-pop references again?
Okay. Hype.
Hype
Dash
E.
Okay.
Yes. Or Y.
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
You get the idea. No, I'm not. And I never have.
Okay.
but Dan, you're just so into K-pop and Visual K.
I am. I'm into Visual K. Visually appealing.
Okay. It is my literal job to teach Koreans English. What the fuck is Visual K?
That's
Okay, Eric,
Japanese.
I have been to the internet, and you are clearly not doing your job.
So, he's right. He's right. And this man hasn't seen Excel Saga. Something we should rectify.
You made me watch some of it, you monster.
Well, clearly I stopped too soon.
You also made me watch Pootie Pootie Poemi.
I
Well, that's
figure
incredible.
At this point, Excel Saga, it's a lot like anal penetration. Like if you started young enough, like if you discovered it on your own and you like it, that's fine. But forcing someone into it now, that's just kind of mean, and it's just not gonna make them enjoy it.
I'm really glad we started this podcast off right.
Wow.
Hey, Aggro, how have you been?
I've been pretty good, actually. No forced anal penetration here.
Great. Only consensual anal penetration for aggro.
I'm just...
Maybe we start with someone else.
Eric,
Hey.
how is your anal penetration?
And welcome to GigaBoots podcast number 77.
Okay.
Did you miss us?
I'm good. I've got it under control. Eric, if you had to describe as an ice cream flavor your recent experience with anal penetration.
Bob, we didn't even get 10 minutes in. We didn't even make it that far.
Let's just no more podcast ever.
I'm sorry, Eric. The correct response was bum racing.
Rocky Road.
Is it Rocky Road because it's brown and has nuts in it?
Yes.
You had this one moment. I softballed you a Hershey Highway reference, and you just...
But I'm not Eric. That's Eric. God, I know we white people look alike. What was it? At least two or three times.
Come here.
At least 2 or 3 times we've gone to places and be like, "Are you brothers?" And I look at him like, "He is white too, but no."
I mean, you both look like first-person shooter protagonists, if you go by the checklist.
I mean, he does. I've never seen a first-person shooter protagonist where the fucking face cam's going like...
You clearly don't remember original Doom.
Original Doom. Is that a mod for Doom? Where some guy goes around judging the polygons? Look at this. This isn't real 3D.
Is the thick black rimmed glasses on? Like, that doesn't look right.
Has anyone edited Tom Cruise from Risky Business into that thing yet?
We can only assume.
Okay. But
They have now, since you mentioned it.
Welcome to GigaBoots podcast number 77.
Where were we?
I regret the last 10 minutes of my life.
Now that's a catchy title.
That is a catchy
is.
title.
Bob, we didn't do a news roundup.
No, we didn't.
We're just gonna chill and talk about dope-ass games today.
Let's do that.
we've been
I feel
playing.
like we've all been playing at least some dope-ass games.
Yes, probably.
Except Dan, who's
Except
been
Dan.
forcing himself to play.
I played Adventures of Mana.
Okay,
Cool.
all right,
There we
you
go.
played
See?
some-
Yep.
And some Kirby.
At the I played like
I crammed it down your
10
throat.
minutes of Kirby.
It's something.
Okay, let's start with Aggro, because Aggro has been playing the oldest dope-ass game. Aggro, what you been playing?
I've been switching between The Witcher and Doom.
Cool.
That's a good It's a good coin.
Those
You
aren't
go
really
back and
that
forth
old,
on.
but okay.
It's oldest.
Oldest.
Best game.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this
From
category.
the
I
selectable
see.
thing. I mean,
was
the,
like-
the Witcher's been a lot of, oh my god, that's amazingly accurate historical accoutrement design.
And then Doom.
And then Doom. Like, I felt really old when I started playing The Witcher. Because I booted it up, and like I got through like the opening bit, and I'm like, alright, look at this enormous fantasy world. I'm just gonna do the main storyline quests. I don't have enough life left for an open world fantasy game. Some like story quests. Oh, can you help me find my no? I am doing important shit.
And now you understand me for the last 8 years.
But then I started playing Doom. And I was not prepared for Doom.
Yeah.
Because you
No
boot
one
up
is.
Doom and like you move the left stick on console and it, oh, so it's Doom then.
Doom.
And you start shooting and you never reload and you're like, oh, so it's Doom then.
Yeah, they did it.
You pull up the map and you're in the middle of this huge and like, oh, so it's Doom.
Yeah, I'm really glad they rebooted it. Because if Call of Duty Doom came out,
Right.
that would have not.
Like I
have
picked
been
up the
anywhere
blue
near.
key and I'm like, this is amazing.
I love Yuki cards.
Fucking like a lot of games, like because Doom has that thing where here's your map, and as you go through, you reveal parts, and then you find the little console in the level that gives you the whole map.
Yeah.
And a lot of games reward you for going back and exploring side things and finding secret areas with like experience points or concept art in the menu. Doom rewards you by giving you the plasma rifle, the rocket launcher, and the super shotgun early. It's like, you found the secret room. Here's the rocket launcher.
Yeah.
You also find pop figures.
You do. Those things are just like...
Doesn't he fist bump one of them?
I just like
so good.
my roommate Rose behind me while I'm playing it, and like every time something happens, she's like, "What?" And I keep having to turn around, and go, "No, I'm Doom guy. Hell chained me up in hell." So when Robot Voice is like, "Don't destroy the filters because I curb stomp some science," I'm like, I need to get on that radio. Doom guy.
Doom!
Like the first level, I'm like, I wonder if I can jump up there. Hup, 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 pulls a lever. Okay, there was a weird sound effect. What happened? Goes back to main floor. Oh, that thing I didn't know was a door opened up. Goes into it. It's Doom. It's original Doom graphics. It's
Yeah.
just a whole room of original Doom. Oh, that's what I'm playing. And it's been that. It's just Doom.
You just had to set the controller down. Zip. All right, let's go.
It's old school, no reload, run and gun, get the power up, shoot the thing in the face. It's fucking Doom.
So you've been playing that on PS4?
Yes.
I've been entertaining buying it. As of the recording of this podcast, it's still on sale on both PlayStation and Steam Summer Sale for $36.
36, yeah.
Which is really affordable.
Between how fast the gameplay is and the complete lack of auto aim, if you're down with mouse and keyboard, that might be the better option to play it on.
Yeah. Plus,
Because it's Doom. It's a PC game.
plus my brother Steve has an 144 hertz monitor, and that game can run it over 100 on mine.
Like the plasma rifle, it's good, but if I had a fucking mouse for it, it would be amazing. It is not a non-auto aiming stick friendly weapon.
Yeah. That's cool. Bob, you beat Doom?
Yeah, I actually played all the way through.
Okay.
It's good all the way through, which is crazy.
Because
at
most
some
games
point it would lose momentum.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, fucking all the reviewers are like, it's the same thing over and over.
The same awesome thing.
Good.
But I didn't do any fetch quests. I didn't climb up to the top of a tower so I could see the minimap.
Fuck IGN. Fuck IGN's review of Doom.
What's wrong with their reviews?
I was born in 1992, so I speak for everyone when I review, so I'm going to write this whole review in the second person. Submitted from my iPhone. Doom is kind of dumb and old, and you're going to get really bored when you finish killing demons and have to go back and explore things, because that's stupid. There aren't any QuickTime events, and I felt like the game wasn't another game that I like better, so you don't like it either.
If you want to know what the score is, check out the embedded Vine video. Me making a face.
If you want to catch me, I'll be on my Minecraft server that I run.
Yes.
I get when people hate on a game that's trying to nostalgia bait people,
Yeah.
but Doom is Doom.
Yeah.
It's straight up old school id Software Doom. You know what they did? They added weapon upgrades and armor upgrades and all this like RPG mechanic shit. But it's good.
Yeah.
It's crunchy. Every time you upgrade something, you feel it. It's different than it was before.
Yeah.
And it's a meaningful choice. Because you're like, I can get this weapon mod at this drone. I don't know when the next one's going to be. So do I want the mini missiles or do I want the homing mod for the rocket launcher? Which one do I think I'm going to need more before I find the next one? It is a series of meaningful upgrade choices. Not, you beat this level, here's 5% more of whatever.
Yeah. That's why it feels so good. Because they put in the effort to make it feel better. Like, it wasn't, oh, you reload 5% faster. No, it's meaningful choices, as you said.
People always suck From Software's dick for it being hard. But that took me a minute.
Yeah.
What Doom does for difficulty
funny.
is the same thing that Dark Souls does for difficulty. It has the enemies and the environment, and it puts you in it.
Yeah.
And then you do it. And fucking, it's just, it feels so good because of that. Mm-hmm. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I was the little robot voice in your head that acts, I think the Vegas something
like
computer, is like, you're gonna get the double jump boots, and I'm like, righteous. Turns the corner, the next enemy is the first time you see the Revenant with the jetpack shooting missiles from the sky to put you in your place.
Yeah, that game is designed so well.
But yeah, I feel like it's more than just old Doom. Like, they've upgraded it in meaningful ways. The movement is so much better than anything back in those days.
The ledges, the double jump, it's good. Yeah. And how, like, I have hated a lot of movies and video games for trying as hard and being brutal and dark, as Doom is just effortlessly pulling off.
Yes.
Oh my god, like, there's fucking, like, gory rib cages hanging from the ceiling over a dark magic pentagram, and I'm like, this is done well? You can do this well?
Well, I mean, like, the first 10 minutes of the game, the fucking guy's trying to tell you, he's like, the entire facility's taken over by demons. Hopefully, if we work together, we can solve this. And you just fucking smash the monitor. I'm like, yeah! Shut the fuck up! I'm busy!
Oh my god.
And it's just, yeah. Whereas most things, it would be like, oh, I'm sassy. And you'd be like, ah, shut up.
The environment design, it's actually deeply reminiscent of Alien Isolation in how beautifully lived in the environment feels, how thickly mechanical, how you're like, this was a place. So when they put all the gore everywhere, you're like, this was a real place that was already kind of creepy, and then horrible things happened here.
Like, oh, a factory, not a factory.
And the only reason
there's the one conveyor belt that does nothing. That goes
all the
nowhere.
bodies and like the horrible dark magic symbols, the only reason I'm not viscerally terrified by it is because the game has gone to great lengths to remind me that I am Doom Guy. Oh no, hell came onto Mars, and I followed it here.
You know why it came here? Why? It was running for me!
Like, you see this gun? Look at it. It's clearly designed to be reloaded. Do I reload it? No, because I'm Doom Guy.
Reloading is for you, bitches!
That's why you're on the floor, and I'm salvaging your armor tokens.
Amateurs like you reload. I do not reload.
One take!
I love the elite guards, how they're always like a little out of the way. Like they had killed a bunch of demons, but were overwhelmed and like crawled off to die.
Yeah.
And then I find them.
You know what does that environmental design really well? Mighty Number 9. I'm sorry.
Check the timer. How long has it been since you started?
An eternity. But realistically, one of the things that came up in the documentary, the only reason I even made that joke, is KG's sitting there with the level designer. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to make it good and give it details. And he's like, imagine it's a real facility. They have policies. What do those policies mean? I need you to design this like it's a lived-in factory. And the guy's just like, who is this asshole? Okay. Like, movie monster look on his face. The monster's here, and it's real.
You can feel the KG's breath on his
it's
neck.
too late. Where were you 9 months ago?
Yeah, actually, that is about how the documentary goes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Mighty Number 9 documentary. Where is KG?
I know that in FPSs, boss battles tend to be either annoying or stupid. How are they in Doom?
Or co-op resistance, where it's somewhere in between of like, is this a Korean free-to-play shooter?
I've gotten to my first boss battle in Doom.
Yeah, the first boss battle is super far into the game.
It really is. Like the whole time, I kept turning around to my roommate like, this is it. This is the boss battle. I'm looking at the room on the map. I'm like, it's the boss battle room. Nope. Okay. But like, I got to it, and like I died like pretty quick because like the boss shows up, and I'm like, he's a big fat guy with guns for arms. So I start shooting rockets at him. I'm like, okay, he moves slow, he shoots slow. Okay, he teleports, but I got a lot of cover. This doesn't really seem that hard. And that's when I started hearing the summoning sound effect. And the Hell Knights started pouring in. Hell Knights are sphincter clenching on their own. But I turned around and there was one Hell Knight in my grill and another Hell Knight on deck. Like I was mid chainsaw switch animation when I just died.
That's awesome.
It is.
How many more in the chamber were there? Ready to just fuck you.
Don't know. Gore nests have only ever spawned 2 Hell Knights. I don't know how many are going to show up in this boss battle. Those fucking skull-headed gorilla Grendel bastards.
Bob,
What's up?
you've been playing some dope-ass games.
I guess.
What have you been playing?
I've been playing Dark Souls, Mirror's Edge, and a little bit of Star Ocean.
That's
Oh,
it?
you got some
Just those?
playtime with
You
that?
didn't play anything else in the last week?
I played the Bloodstained demo.
Uh-huh.
I played.
You played anything else in the last
Let's
week?
say Bloodstained for last, because we're on.
Yeah. You didn't
Yeah.
play any other games in the last
I
week?
played my number 9. Okay, I did
okay.
it.
Do you beat it?
Yes, I beat it.
Okay, that's good. I noticed you haven't booted it up since you beat it.
Exactly.
Does it not have a lot of replay value? Are there not several pleasant memories you'd like to revisit? Experiences you may wish to relive?
Would you like to tell our audience about any one part?
No. None of it. Do not experience any of Mighty Number 9. You will be better for it.
Show us on this Vector Man disc where Mighty Number 9 touched you.
Well, Vector Man isn't real, as we've been over
Thus,
before.
the disc isn't there. You're holding nothing, Aggro.
Still in a coma. You have to wake up.
But yeah, that's Mighty Number 9 is not a good video game. You
No.
shouldn't play it. It's broken in every way you can think. And then you play the call level. And it finds more ways to break. And then you play the Raid DLC. Oh my god.
No, you don't. I do.
I played a little bit of it.
Would you play one level?
Yes,
The
one
intro?
I beat the intro. I played one level as her, and I didn't even get to the boss. And then I saw you try to beat them, and it was insane.
Try nothing. I did it.
Yeah, you did.
I've done everything in that game.
You've done it. You've done
I've
everything.
I've seen it all.
You've seen it all.
It's too late. It's just no mask, just ripping my face off.
Be gone, this pale flesh.
No more.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that more in my review, but just a small tidbit. So the Ray DLC. Ray gets her own story mode. Ray is short for Rachel,
Sure.
and she's a Zero knockoff, and she's Mighty Number Zero. And she was designed wrong and lives in a broken down facility and has like broken parts on her, and she constantly hungers for robot flesh, basically.
Cool.
She plays like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. Because your dash becomes a spin dash, and then eventually you get a homing attack. So there are several boss battles where you're legitimately just bouncing on the boss like it's a Robotnik battle, where his health bar is 12 times as large. It is staggering. The final boss is the same way. The legitimate strategy to beat the final boss is find a way to get on top of it and keep bouncing into its head.
There are 3 things on the list of how to make a Mega Man game. Jump, shoot,
And stumble
the
mechanic,
jumps
right?
are hard.
Oh, the jumps are. Oh,
That's it. Jump, shoot,
homing attack.
the jumps are hard.
I don't get it. That list didn't include stumble mechanic or homing attack.
We have proven as a species that making a terrible Sonic game is as easy as including a stumble mechanic. The fact that they made a bad Mega Man knockoff is one wholly separate thing. The fact that they felt it appropriate to dip their toes into terrible Sonic games.
Yeah.
To leave no fuck-ass stone unturned to complete this shit buffet. That is mean-spirited. That was uncalled for. They borrowed terrible Sonic mechanics to make their shit Mega Man game.
Yeah.
KG, where were you?
DLC. For
Was
their
it you?
shit Mega Man game.
I'm like, did KG do this, or was he not there for this?
Now, I haven't rewatched
I hate him either way.
the dev timeline video recently. Bob, help me with this. Am I mistaken in believing that at some point they weren't even going to give us the Raid DLC? That it became a thing of like...
Oh my god, I don't remember. That was a mess.
I'm pretty sure there was a couple of weeks where they were just going to release a book of concept art and fold. I'm sure it came up at a couple meetings.
You could hear the shaking.
Who wants to run? Raise your hands.
Like,
Who
Andrew
wants to run?
Create's like, we can't release this, and KG's like, it's too late.
The only way out is through.
KG's concept company seems to be one of the worst in video games. They are responsible for Yaiba, Ninja Gaiden Z.
Have you...
So,
Go watch our Quick Play.
it's horrible.
It is honestly the trashiest trash.
Yeah, it could.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
God, what is that old joke? Why is EA the worst company in America?
Because Ubisoft's in France. Yep. Oh, man.
That wasn't an old joke. That was from like yesterday.
Whatever. It's an old.
It's
joke.
old.
Okay, fine.
Get with the times, Grandpa.
Look, I couldn't hear you just now because I was listening to Who Let the Dogs Out. Can you say that again? Thank you.
It wasn't me.
Nope. I actually did that during a shoot.
Oh, yeah?
We were filming in a bathroom. And we're setting up the next shot, and I was like, but she caught you on the counter? And the main actor dude's like, wasn't me.
We are closer to death than we are to our births.
Not me, motherfucker. I will survive through my hate.
But will you survive through my hate?
Signs point to no.
So, Bob,
What's up?
are you telling me you still haven't beaten Dark Souls 3?
No, I actually beat it like
You
2
did.
days ago.
Okay.
It took a while.
Do you want to leave so we can talk about Dark Souls 3 for an hour?
As Dan does.
See, Bob, did you use my killer strategy of getting ripped and party rocking through it with Eric online?
No, I did not. I did
It's
not
like-
cheese the game.
Catacombs? More like What's going on?
And then you won the game, right?
Jump attack, jump attack, jump attack, jump attack.
But
No,
yeah,
that-
I realized super late that the S-Dog is a wholly broken weapon, and I should have been using that the whole game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I heard people wondering if it was going to be that broken in this one, too.
Yeah, no, its
it's just-
DPS is insane. Like, you just do this, and you can jump out of the attacks at any point, so it's easy to cancel from. And you just...
It's a one-hander?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's a
one-handed,
one-handed
like,
S-Dog.
it's basically a rapier.
You can two-hand it.
An S-stock that you...
Yeah, it's super long.
Is it a dex weapon?
Yes.
An S-stock.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm usually, like, super proud of From Software with their correct weapon usage. That's somewhat disappointing.
Oh, well.
You're super strong, I guess.
You're just really strong already, let's be honest. But, no, I've platinumed that game.
Nice.
You've told me this.
So as I tell everyone.
He platinumed it, Bob.
it's the second-
You'll hear it again.
It's the first game that I feel like I actually earned the platinum, because the first one was Ys on the Vita, and that was just like, exists long enough, and you'll get a platinum.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of my Tekken 7 Platinum. Or
But-
6. 7 isn't out yet.
So, what did you think of the game as a whole? Because I know we fucking enjoyed the shit out of it.
it was pretty good. It constantly upsets me how it runs, because that dropping frames and running at poor frame rates during boss fights completely ruins timing on so many things. Like, I'm basically mashing the dodge button hoping that I can actually get it true to the game. Quite frequently.
Well, Bob, you know the easy way to double your frame rate is to get another friend with you to cheese the boss.
That's right.
See, I always feel
twice
bad when
as
people
many
talk about,
frames.
like, it dropping frames fucks with my strategy, because I'm like, but no, you need a larger strategy that envelops the bad frame rate. Like, fucking Ryan was talking about Unreal Tournament on the PS3. I was watching him play on the PC, and he had his mouse set to 8 bazillion. Like, he'd twitch it, and he'd turn 8 million degrees.
Yeah.
Like, how do you play like that? He's like, I don't understand how you play in the sticks. How do you turn that slowly? I said, what? He said, what if someone gets behind you? I said, people are getting behind you? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, that's like the divide between Overwatch on PC and on console. You know, you just plan to not use Widowmaker. And there you go. You have solved that problem.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed the shit out of that game.
But yeah, I after Bloodborne, like I enjoyed Bloodborne a whole lot more.
Well, you're
I thought it
more
was
of
super
a
interesting.
character action guy, and like,
I mean,
more fast. Like, you
yeah, but
refused to have help for any of the bosses in Dark Souls. I caved just in, like, the middle of the game, like, I don't have time for this. And I still had fun.
Right. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's different ways to play.
Yeah, like, I played Dark Souls. It wasn't that hard. Because I played it in a way that made it not hard. And I still had a great time with it.
That is the thing about Dark Souls. Like, the community's been like, the games aren't as hard anymore. And every now and then someone's like, no, guys, Dark Souls was very different from other games, and we have gotten good at Dark Souls. Sorry.
We now know the language.
There's no other horizon for that.
I wouldn't have gotten as far as I did in Dark Souls 2 if I hadn't just gotten used to Dark Souls as a game.
I wouldn't have gotten as far in Bloodborne as I did if I hadn't played Dark Souls.
Yeah, you went back.
Yeah.
And actually
I'm
just
like, oh my god.
party rock
this is
through
how
it.
this works.
Yeah. You feel like you just see the future. It's like, oh, wow.
Did you beat Bloodborne now?
No.
Okay.
I get to do that myself. So, it was too much. The game is really well crafted, but is so much on my psyche and on my emotions and on my fingers.
I found so much more about the world that it built way more interesting than what Dark Souls was. Because Dark Souls, I felt like I was kind of doing things I did in the first Dark Souls again.
That's fair.
There's a lot of that, and I was honestly disappointed when I got to Arno Londo, because I was like, it used to be really different than the rest of the game. Now it just sort of fades into that last area I was in.
But you can't tell with Souls if it's lazy reusing of old assets or brilliant storytelling.
It's never
It's
that.
made by From Software. Spoiler tag here. It's cheaper.
But hey, now he's gonna make some Armored Core.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Have we confirmed that?
Yeah,
He just
he
said-
finally did it. He was like, yeah, one of the 3 games we're working on is Armored Core. And I'm like, thank you!
Remember, it was like,
Fuck!
after 3, I'm gonna make like a sci-fi game. And
Yeah.
I'm like, is he gonna fucking make Armored Core?
Better.
Please.
He just rigged a mech that animates like a Dark Souls character. It's Dark Souls.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. Laser parry.
Oh no, the mechs are doing dodge rolls. Oh shit.
Your equip load is too high. I am made of machines.
Well, your equip load does get too high when you're
I am literally made of nothing but feet. How can I be bad at rolling?
But I'm a fighting robot. Du-du-du-du.
So what else have you been playing? You played Mirror's Edge.
Yes, I played Mirror's Edge. I'm really
I saw
liking
you
that
playing
game.
it like minutes ago.
Yes.
Bob.
I'm nowhere near done with it, but...
Aggro started this podcast off on the note of fuck goddamn video game reviewers. Do you want to continue that note or just be like, I forgive them for the things they've said about Mirror's Edge?
I haven't read deeply into what they've said. Honestly, I've just like glanced at the reviews and stuff, and I haven't.
I looked at the numbers, is
Yeah.
what you really mean.
Yes,
to
I
say.
looked at the numbers and I read a little bit of them, but now I've faded from my memory because that was weeks ago when the game came out.
Oh, you forgive. You
Yeah.
forget.
No, I forget. I don't really.
Well, see, I don't do either.
Bob never forgives.
Bob, were you one of the glorious chosen few who liked Mirror's Edge 1?
Yes.
Okay. Because the consensus I've gathered from the reviews of Catalyst is like,
Yeah.
they broke what made 1 great. And I'm like, weren't all y'all the motherfuckers that were saying 1 was nausea-inducing broken nonsense?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but now it's a cult classic. And they get to get on that train.
They're like, we're so tired of these shooters. Mirror's Edge is great. And it's like, fuck you.
They were like, Mirror's Edge, I mean, a first-person parkour game can't work. I'm like, did you play it? Did you play it, you son of a bitch?
But yeah, still moving around the environment's a whole lot of fun, and that's what it's about. There's some garbage story in there too, but I mean,
That's also part of the Mirror's Edge experience.
Yeah, I guess it is.
But apparently there are, like, real cutscenes now.
yeah, instead of weird animatics and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's I guess good.
Yeah. It makes it look like a real video game.
It does. It does. No longer feels like one of those downloadable games from early PS3.
Yeah. I wonder what would have happened if the original Mirror's Edge ended up being one of those downloadable, cheaper titles. Because, you know, a lot of it seemed like it was budgeted for that.
Right. I mean...
But yeah.
It was their first outing using Unreal. It seemed almost like a test of the engine. And they were just like, no, we're making our own.
Fuck this. We need out.
Yeah, that game looks great. Like, that's
Yeah, it does.
some really nice style to it. Like,
Bob, you're playing on PS4, right?
I am. And it's running at 60 frames per second. Unlike certain other games that look not as good.
What other games look not as good that came out in the last week?
Fucking.
That can't do 60 on a PS4.
No fucking soul.
Never forgive. Never forget.
Mighty number 9. I said it. Okay?
There,
It's
okay.
like Beetlejuice. I'm going to say it 3 times and it's going to appear
It's
again.
Beetlejuice.
I'm playing it.
Hold
Doesn't
up,
remind me,
plushie,
though.
everything, make him say my number like 3 times.
Fucking Mirror's Edge, the original, was one of those games because, you know, it was early on the PS3 when it was Bloom. Bloom was fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
Do we have good graphics? No, we have more Bloom. Mirror's Edge was one of the rare games that was like, no, all this Bloom's supposed to be here. It's part of the artistic design.
That was $150. Hey, Kiss. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Never
Hey.
forgive. Hashtag.
So you also played some of that JRPG?
JRPG, the game.
Yes.
Stare Ocean, right?
Stare Ocean.
Where you just go.
I was like,
Yeah,
Stare
please,
Ocean, like walking upstairs.
Oh, okay. That's getting into some Death Stranding territory where it's like the ocean shouldn't work like that. Oh God, make all of this.
He's
stop.
walking up the ocean to the sub-ocean.
I was watching Eric play that game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it looks alright. It's a JRPG. The water's super PS2 cutscene, but I'm down for that. It's a JRPG. It's not what I'm here for. And you go to the menus and you got these like high detail anime drawings of all the characters. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm down for. And then a cutscene happened.
Yeah.
There's a ratio, like a scale of if the graphics are this good, the cutscene has to be at least this much better.
Right.
Star Ocean does not have
No.
that
Yeah.
thing.
No,
It's
it's
all
all
honestly
in-game,
a lot of
basically,
it's
yeah.
not even like real cutscene. It's literally just your character walks slowly and they
We're
talk.
standing and talking.
Yeah.
I feel
No,
like they're
yeah.
trying to go for like the Half-Life 2
Just some
model
in-engine
of
stuff.
people are talking at you. You can still move around.
I mean, like,
But
yeah,
they
but
also
it's
slow you
awful.
down, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's more
it's-
like the Gears of War walk and talk.
Yeah, like the
and
in-engine stuff's cool, but the cutscenes are horrifying.
Yeah, don't zoom in that much.
No.
Like, if you're not gonna animate the facial
You
expression,
know what really haunts me, production values wise, is what was the name of your friend in the red coat? Ted?
Ted.
I think it was Ted.
Ted. So Ted is your good friend, and you talk to Ted, and Ted has voice acted lines for like 30 fucking minutes, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'll stay here," and then you immediately go to talk to him, and he's text.
Yeah, he just turns to text.
He turns
He's
to
robbed
text.
of his
he
voice.
has left the narrative.
Yep. And even better, right after that moment, while Bob's playing, he walks up to a villager who's talking with text. He bumps into them and they go, "Oops." And I'm like, "Ah! Ah!" Because that deeply horrified me. I'm like, you talk through text. Are the signs real in game? Is your hero like, okay,
Maybe.
just looking above their head?
I find it super weird that they went with this weird above the head dialogue instead of actually making it like at the forefront so you can read it.
It is impossible to read anything anyone says because
Yeah,
you try
yeah.
and adjust to see
right,
it.
and then they stop saying it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you try to get them to say it again, and they're like, hey, fuck off.
I like.
It's got that MMO shit going on.
Yep.
I like to think of it on the same budget scale as the Tales of game.
Kind of.
But the Tales of games, like, they set a bar of quality that I expected from this. And it does not reach that. It doesn't even get close.
I mean, I can kind of get what all of it is just free-flowing. Even in battles, you just go in and out of battles. There's no
That's true.
transition. It's all
Yeah.
in world, which
There's
I
no
get. Yeah. Which is nice. And I
Right.
think they were trying to keep that for their dialogue, too. I just don't think it works as well.
It doesn't work.
So you can't read or understand anything NPCs say, but I don't care anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't feel like much was lost.
It's like, what up, weird hair-colored childhood friend? Are you here? Whatever.
Whatever, let's go.
He's like, soon I won't talk. What? Text.
Oh, no.
Like soon you'll be replaced by second girl healer and first guy with a huge sword. That's all I need.
It's like, hey, there's Miki, and then her model is way better than Ted's, and I'm like, bye, Ted.
Bye.
I'm counting the seconds.
Some of the dialogue is insane in that game. It's like they just monologue into the air, completely unacknowledging of anything that's going on.
Welcome to bad Japanese writing. Like, I feel like Japanese games, a lot of them, that is the exact thing they do the worst.
I feel like I'm saying, I'm comparing this to Tales of games. They don't have the best of writing.
No.
They never feel like that.
No one would ever. Well, no. I'm not saying like when Japanese writing falls low enough, it instantly turns into that. I'm just saying that is a bad trope of bad Japanese writing.
Okay.
Because I know I've seen games where people. I mean, for fuck's sake, how many RPGs have you guys played where somebody said a completely insane sentence to say aloud?
Yep.
You walked into their house, you talked to them, and then you said, "My cat sure gives me trouble." Ah! And you're like, dude, I'm breaking it. Are you aware? Is this whole world high? We're in Denmark.
Here we go.
Fuck.
I got to Welch, who's a recurring character in the series.
Who is a Time Lord?
He likes to jam.
Is it he who pilots Talon?
No.
She
That's how.
she has the most bizarre animations.
She's eccentric.
I don't think that those animations are wholly done. She like just flails her arms everywhere.
I mean, that was a continuation of a problem I noticed earlier. When you're with Ted and Miki even, and you're talking to some important political figure locally,
The mayor.
government, mayor, your character's face does really cool, nice animation of like looking at your friend expressing and looking back at him. But your arms don't connect with the rest of your body, so they're like...
Yeah.
And your face is really well animated, and I'm like,
feeling of like a drunk marionette. Just
I think you're a Zord. You are a Megazord being piloted by 5 teenagers, which are actually 23.
But yeah, no, the face animations are cool. I got to a part where the main character was like being pissed about something, and I like turned the camera on. He's just like, fuck! Like, he's just angry. He's like,
the
great.
facial
I feel
animations
like
are really good.
unfortunately, I had to do the camera work to be able to see that.
Which is weird,
Yeah, they put a weird amount of work into that, and then no work into the camera at all, which is so strange.
Well, I mean, it's at that point where JRPGs are often trash, but some people are super into it. So you decide the level of your own involvement with what's happening to these characters.
You can zoom out the camera pretty far, is what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm still enjoying it. Strangely enough, even with all these complaints, like
They
it's
should
still
be able
kind
to
of
zoom
fun.
it out enough to where it goes the end of Karekano, where the characters are just being like, a question, a response.
I'd play a JRPG that just went completely meta in the first hour of playing it, and no one says sentences anymore. A proposition. A rebuttal.
It's like you go to the magic list and it's like, magic that works on red enemies. Magic that works on blue enemies.
What was it? Did Jay from Halcyon tell you that Hideaki Anno actually had nothing to do with the ending of that series, Karakana? I'm like, then who's that guy at Gainax? That guy's way better than Anno. That was brilliant. Just be like, get off my back, bitch! Fine, you want to see me fuck up your series? Here you go! No one's saying words anymore!
Like he just angrily steps down a box of popsicle sticks. You want to go, bitch? We'll go.
But yeah, no, the game is still fun. Like, it's got some interesting systems going on, at least at the start.
What is it called? Signatology?
Signaturgy.
Signaturgy.
We went from heraldry to symbology. To no one gives a fuck about what was in 4 to signaturgy.
Yeah.
Is weirdly like not great looking the graphics are in this one. I like them a lot more than 4's graphics, which were horrifying.
4's graphics, if I remember correctly, were really it's smack true of a like you know how
an early Xbox game,
right? Like there was like it's 2 layers, right? Mm-hmm. It is one half we are in this gen now, you know, the last gen thing. So let's slap on every feature that makes it look ugly.
Yeah.
And then the other half of Japanese tech not actually being on par with the hardware available. So you smash those two together in one of the most hideous experiences from last gen. Their faces are doing weird things while bloomed out in fucking HDR'd. You're looking at her face, and it's so bright that the things behind her are like dark. You can't see it because you're looking at this pale ass bitch. Yeah.
But I feel like I played a little bit more.
I got through that first town you get to.
Yeah, I played it after that.
Okay.
Not too much further. I'm trying to kind of pace myself and sort of dip my toe, wade into the weirdness. But yeah, I mean, I kind of like it so far. There are some dumb video game things they do, dumb plot things they do. Like, there's, of course, I was yelling the entire time, "Where's the spaceship? He's a Star Ocean. Where is it?"
We're playing Star Ocean 1, honey. Go back to your...
So, and finally there was a spaceship. So finally, they don't...
Spoilers!
Star Ocean, fuck off.
That could have been Star Ocean 1 again.
It's a metaphor. Maybe the real Star Ocean
Oh, no.
was the friendships we cultivated along the way.
Is this Suikoden? Are there 108 stars for friends?
A spaceship crashes and a little girl stumbles out. And then they question her later about where she's from. Do you know about our town?
Where did you get
Never
this
once
dope-ass
about the
spaceship?
fucking spaceship!
God damn it!
I went back to where the spaceship was with a full party of people who had no idea. And I was like, look at this fucking spaceship! They were just
Bob and I were having
a monster.
a discussion.
Enemies.
Of trying to figure out, because we did a quick play of Tokyo Mirage, F-E, hashtag feh. What is stupider? That moment in the quick play where they're like, my sister, who we've been searching for, who might be hurt. Let's spend 10 minutes talking about our feelings. Or Star Ocean, moment to moment. And they're two different types of stupid is what I'm finding.
I don't know. I'll have to keep playing further.
Because, like, that moment you're talking about, not quite that scale, but smaller scale versions of that are moment to moment in Star Ocean.
I feel like Star
problem of plot.
Ocean is always that level.
It's a problem of plot and
80
explanation where Feh had too much explanation and Star Ocean had none. So
I don't know. Star Ocean integrates its explanations in terrible ways. I left that town, and it cut to some weird cinematic where they explained the countries.
There's
like,
that,
to
yes.
no one.
yes,
It just monologued at me about how the countries are set up.
Okay, look, it is
I'm
that
always
exact.
down for that.
So about that terrible type of Japanese writing, that is specifically Japanese flavor terrible writing. My dad went searching 5 years ago to train all of these towns to fight this enemy, he said to people who know that full damn well.
yes.
As you know, Bob.
Are you Dr. Agro?
This is great ancient Chinese here in ancient
The other
China.
part of that, maybe not the writing, but after playing Dark Souls, which explains shit to you about how to play, except for very bare bones.
Oh god, yeah, the
The
tutorials.
tutorial boxes.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, it's like
I got to
moment to
witness
moment,
that.
and then it just.
Stops you. Go. But there's
Like,
how you
okay,
play
that was
the
a great
game.
tutorial on okay, that was a tutorial, but this isn't even a system I'm using yet.
Yeah. No, wait until I'm in the menus, looking around and saying, "Here's the tutorial. Would you like to know how to use this thing you don't know how to use? Sure, let me decide." Not, you will look at this asshole. You will do it. You'll look at this asshole.
I have my own phone. I'll look at my own assholes.
Great. So that's annoying, but
Yeah.
I wish the combat were deeper. I feel like 4 actually did have deeper combat. I
Well, it's the
hope that
beginning
there's
of the
something
game.
else that makes
So-
it more interesting, because right now it's...
it only just
the only way
it
I see
introduced
it
a
can
meter that you can build up so you can do special moves.
Okay,
so
that's
that's
something.
I feel like it's gonna unroll some.
I want something
mechanics.
more to the combos, because right now you have heavy combo and light combo, and that's it.
And then
They're each 2 hits long.
Killer move. Yes, there's not a lot.
And then
I
there-
feel like there's more coming. It's because they introduced that, like, there's the rock paper scissors thing with weak attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking.
Right.
They, according to these two, the writing's kind of bad. People say sentences that no human being ever would, and the combat's simplistic. Are they talking about a JRPG? Because it sounds like they're talking about a JRPG.
I mean, I'm no expert
Yeah.
on what is or is not a JRPG.
Okay.
Or what is or is not accepted truth in this topsy-turvy, unknowable world of ours. But I feel fairly confident that these motherfuckers are talking about a JRPG.
Okay.
Like, oh man,
feel like
look at that duck.
I remember Chrono Trigger. Moving on. Are you?
I was just gonna say, like, there's so many JRPGs that have had deeper combat in about the same level of budget, I would guess.
Are there?
Like all of the Tales of
If
games.
the argument you're
All of
trying to
them.
make is that like what we just said wasn't like there's no veracity to it just because.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
because there have been games that have overcome the genre's trappings and
Resonance of Fate exists.
Sense of
that went a little too far.
But Bob, the depth of the mechanics, so deep, isn't it?
Like Bravely Default exists.
Right.
Things get over the genre itself to become better. But this is par. Like, everything you're saying, I'm like, it's a JRPG, yeah. It's a low fucking bar.
I don't know. I feel like the bar has been slightly altered just because this is like a JRPG idea factory would make.
Yes.
Those are not...
By quantity, that is the par.
Yes,
you get this, right?
I guess they have made it the standard, which is sad.
Yes.
Like, that's...
Yes.
That's things
The
that lower
state
to
of
that
JRPG
extent.
since Chrono Trigger has been sad. Fuck you, Final Fantasy 7 fanboys. 7? I'm just saying.
Oh.
Chrono Trigger was the peak.
You pointed at us.
Okay, let me do that. Really, he's a 9 guy, and I don't want to have the conversation where I go Chrono Trigger was better than 9 because one of us
it's
will
really
be
less
dead.
of a conversation and more of a knife. Well, not like a knife fight because only I'll have that knife and it's not really a fight.
You won't know it's a fight.
Exactly.
He's gonna wake up with that knife in his neck.
Wake
I don't
up.
think I'm gonna wake up.
No, you will briefly wake up.
I will make sure of this.
The consciousness will
You will
end.
feel it.
So I feel though, for Star Ocean, the thing that really greatly helps it
Yeah.
is that I got the collector's edition. I can play Star Ocean 2's battle music instead of its own.
The music in Star Ocean is great. Like,
No, it's good.
This new one has some great music. Like, that's definitely one of the best
I'm
parts.
not used to seeing Star Ocean fans be happy, and it's just weirding me out.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
No, this motherfucker's wrong. You're right.
Yeah.
The Star Ocean 2 music would greatly enhance this entire
No,
experience.
so again, I got the collector's edition.
It also has Valkyria Chronicle. Valkyria
Valkyrie Profile.
Valkyrie
music.
Profile and
I know,
Valkyrie
right?
Profile 2.
I
And
know,
you're not
right?
doing that?
Star Ocean 1, 2. I
No,
like
he's not.
2's music a bit better.
I know.
No, wait, hang on.
I've
This
never
may
played
be-
Valkyrie Profile.
He's never played Valkyrie Profile.
So we're just gonna go right past that shit.
Yeah, to the beatings.
Have you put on the Valkyrie Profile music at all?
Yes.
Okay. When you have that selected, every time you start a battle, do you hear Lennis' voice shout, "Come to me, Dark Warriors"?
No.
Battle. See,
That
well
doesn't
then
happen.
maybe
I don't get the
maybe
full
2
effect.
works. Maybe that's fine.
But I wanted to have some show and tell because it comes with a few items. It comes with an art book. It comes with some like postcards with art on them. It comes with a soundtrack. It comes with a steel bookcase, and it comes with a Pan Galactic Federation ID card.
Oh shit!
Go ahead.
Wow.
I don't know why, but
Look at that shit. Look at that shit. It's got my number on it and everything, and a place to put your OC Do Not Steal photo. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
It just wasn't. I got it mainly for the soundtrack.
No,
thing.
I'm totally down for that. I love that kind of shit.
There's a lot of disclaimers in the back, though. The Pan-Galactic Federation is a fictional name created by Square Enix for Star
my God,
Ocean.
that's
the
so
Star
lame.
Ocean series.
Not viable at Dave and Buster's.
This ID is for entertainment only.
There's some entertainment.
Literally
ID.
what it says. I can't make that shit up. It does not grant any special relationship, such as employment or partnership, between the holder or any of the Square Enix group of companies. Any usage, regardless of profit or non-profit of the ID, that may cause confusion or the perception or misconception of being affiliated with a real group or organization is not permitted.
I feel like the Japanese licensed toy market is a lot more cutthroat than I'm aware of.
That they're not responsible for any disputes, conflicts, injuries, damages, or any other issues related to the use of this ID.
Do their fucking Gundams come with a thing that says this kid is an Amuro Ray? Like,
Prohibits the rental, transfer, or trading, the buying or
It's all
selling
Japanese,
of
we
this
don't know.
ID.
Actually, owning
And-
a Gundam releases Japanese citizens from all legal restraint.
Even
Oh,
though they
now I
said this is
understand
completely
this.
fake and no, they will not reissue the ID card for any reason.
Okay, that one sounds like a challenge.
So, a long list of
they did a
weird
really
disclaimers.
They did a
on
really
that.
good job. Yeah, it's packed top to bottom with words.
That is
that's-
a legal binding contract.
That
on
is
the back.
American in scale of how litigiously worded that is.
That's so stupid. They did a really good job of like kind of sullying that.
Well, just don't read the back then.
It's all in the back.
I ruined it for
I don't
everyone.
know if I got the like Sony very important gamer or whatever that thing was called.
Yeah,
I don't
think
remember.
I still have it in my wallet if it's sitting around somewhere.
Well,
somewhere.
saying you're
Yeah,
part of a
because
government organization, they might want to be like,
I don't know. Like they went out of their way to be like, this doesn't mean they're affiliated with Square Enix. We don't have any affiliation with them. It's kind of like if the Sony thing came
So
with,
if
you're
I
a
were-
cool gamer. We don't know you.
So now that I've read that, I can hold this up and say, blacks. And then they won't be legally responsible. Only I will get murdered. Please don't murder me. I don't mean it.
Here's the thing, though. I feel like if anyone's going to take racial-based vengeance on a member of GigaBoots, no matter which of you triggered it, it's gonna be on me. So every time you guys say something racist, it's put on my tab.
So, like, which of them said the racist thing? That fucker there.
They go to Patreon and it says Daniel Mitchell. Which one are you, Daniel Mitchell?
That officer right there is Daniel Mitchell.
I knew this day would come. It was me. I do not regret my purchase of Mighty Number 9. With these words, I die.
In fact, I grew to love it over time.
The level design, the boss implementation.
This is getting as terrible as reading
The
reviews.
DLC. Immaculate.
Because I keep reading positive things about Mighty Number 9. I look for them, and they all have the same tone. Like, what are you talking about? I love Mighty Number 9. The glorious Russian Communist Party has been good for my family.
Yeah. Dude, most people don't know. So for backers, we have a special forum that only backers can go to.
Wow.
Really?
That sounds like a depressing place.
Yeah, post-launch, that thing's
Oh,
a fucking civil war. Because there are the guys. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Some guy came in. A dude made a thread. He he said the PS3 version's completely unacceptable. I can't believe you sold this to me, and had I known, I never would have backed the game. Which is understandable. The PS3 version's really bad. Some guy came in and told him he was an idiot for getting the PS3 version, that he should have known that it was his fault for not knowing what that was. What were you
Even though that
driving?
was announced before the PS4 version.
You see, Mighty Number 9 is a thing so enormous and so evil that
That it has to draw parallels to victim blaming, right?
when a man comes up against that kind of will, I reckon he either has to just die in the face of it or try to become a part of it. One season in a movie.
He's gonna pop.
Season in a movie.
He's gonna pop. Breathe, Eric, breathe.
Did I miss something? What's going
Yes.
on?
It's fine.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's bad. That sort of victim blaming is really fucking gross. Cause it's like, no, you fucking dick. She should have known someone was down that alley. What's she doing walking down there wearing those clothes? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You are a monster.
It's one of those, like, I've seen some people out there like, you guys back to Kickstarter. That's always a roll of the dice. And I'm like, yes, that is true. Also, this game is a fuck to death piece of shit, and it's unacceptable.
Yeah, because even if I didn't back it, I would still be livid over how this turned out.
There were reasonable expectations
Yeah.
for this to not have fucked up as bad as it did.
I mean, you watch that first video and you assume that the larger thrust of it. Now you get one.
Papa, no.
He struck him and he stroked him back. Wait, struck him back. But yeah, you watch the video and there
Spare
are
the
reasonable expectations of like we're taking it back to what made this game originally great. Not
Jump,
if they said
shoot,
jump
make
well.
the jumps hard.
There's like, if the tone of the Kickstarter video was, we're picking it up exactly where we left off with Mega Man X8.
Like
Which is what they did.
They're riding that pallet jack down a San Francisco hill. It freeze frames in the 90s to be continued.
Oh, not JoJo.
All those years.
Roundabout starts playing.
Yes. Yeah. Bob,
What's up?
you've played other games, right?
I could probably pull something out. Let's see.
I mean, on the flip side of that coin, there is that Bloodstained demo.
Right? There is that.
Let's go ahead.
Well, I mean, did Eric play? Did you play anything else other than the Bloodstained demo?
I did.
In Star Ocean?
I played Kirby.
Oh, right.
Kirby
Before that-
Robobo.
Yes.
Right, what is the actual title of this game? 'Cause I don't think I've heard it.
Planet Robobot.
Robobot. Okay.
It is about.
I have several implied follow-up questions.
It is about Kirby doing his shit in Dreamland, and then a mechanized fuck you robo company comes down, implants mecha drills into the star planet that is Popstar, and infects it with machine virus that turns every enemy part machine. And you have to go around being a corporate terrorist and blow up each of its arms, and then shoot the core.
Okay, so
Wasn't this the plot of the middle of Dragon Ball GT?
Maybe.
yes, yeah, actually, I caught that part, which was weird because I barely seen any GT. Fuck you for bringing up GT. We had a rule.
Did we?
No one's brought up Super. We had a fucking armistice here, you piece of shit.
Yeah, the Accord. You broke them.
I mean, the last couple
Are
episodes...
you exiting this Accord? Is that what you're doing right now?
I have altered the deal.
Let me describe what the actual game is, because Jesus Christ, being that buried in the narrative, you get a very different idea of what it is. It's really cute and fun.
Yeah.
And you play Kirby, and it's polished, and it's adorable, and the music's great, and the animations are great, and it's really cute. And
What's it
it's
on?
great.
Because I heard nothing.
3DS.
3DS.
I heard nothing about it till it came out.
It's like right over there.
and everybody on Twitter is like, "Oh my god, this new Kirby game is amazing." I'm like, I don't remember Eric crying. Was there a new Kirby game?
Into my pillow.
Okay.
Crying my sad little eyes out. No, the game, exactly. Everything Dan said. And one thing that I want to really make mention of is that in the past few regular 3D installments of Kirby, or regular platformers, they've always had this super element to them. With a Return to Dreamland, it was the super power and the sword, but it's fucking huge, and you'd use it once, and it does the thing, and it always does that one thing. Or in Triple Deluxe, you got the Nova ability, which you suck a lot. Like a huge vortex that sucks in everything.
Yeah.
But it had limited use. This, you get a Kirby mech that you just find in levels and pilot, and it can absorb powers too, that have their own uses. Yeah. So you get Cutter on Kirby? Great. You get a Cutter in the mech? He has buzzsaw arms that he can shoot out
That's pretty cool.
and cut giant metal chains with.
That's all I've ever wanted from anything, ever. Like, I saw Speed Racer when I was a kid, and that happened, and I thought, good, life is exactly what I expected it to be. It's going to be smooth sailing from here on out. Everything after that has been a constant series of disappointment with a few bright spots of buzzsaws in between.
But the mechanic is so much more well thought out, because you'll find it just in levels. You can even miss it in levels if you don't find the right path around. In the other ones, it's like, this is the part of the level where you use the super ability in boring ways. This is like, use it to solve puzzles. Lift up circuit boxes, put down, zap the thing, and then move it again before the current gets to the switch. It's really well implemented, and it's awesome. And depending on the ability, it can turn into a grace car as well, if you get wheel, or it can turn into a jet if you get jet ability, and it's a shmup now.
That's cool.
It's amazing.
When are we doing our quick play?
As soon as I buy a 3DS copy of it that you could put in your 3DS.
How bad?
To explain, he bought it digitally,
I bought it digitally
so that's
because
why
I
we
couldn't
never
wait.
did a video.
Yes.
How bad was last gen? That the tone of our discussion is not, which of these games is better? It's, oh my god, guys, this game
good.
was made well. It's got good mechanics. Everything works correctly.
And I
Really?
want to say,
Soul crushingly bad.
this game, something that no one's really talked about, they have a callback, and when you unlock the other modes, when
calls
you,
in that.
yeah, Shut up. When you play the bosses in the modes, if you pause it, it'll give you like a little like lore description of what they are. And if you play it in the extra mode, like the true arena, it'll give you a different thing and even more plot. And at the end of the boss, at the end boss of the game, it establishes a Kirby canon. There is now an established linked Kirby universe, and the stories all linked together because of this one game, because of the last boss. I won't tell you how. I won't tell you why, but it does. And it's amazing. I love it. The moment that you realize the past and the future are one.
So, like, does it get kind of meta?
No, it's just...
Does it get kind of meta?
There's just a sick...
Night?
How did you not see that coming?
I don't know.
As a Kirby fan who hates puns, I figured you'd live every day in fear of that.
Gave him every opportunity. I felt a little bad. Because he was really happy.
I was!
Just break him down.
Was that German research where they're like, people who make puns are it shows a form of brain damage.
He who puns would pick a pocket. Old English saying.
Huh. So the game is astoundingly good. And I actually 100%ed it. I got all the stickers, which you can put stickers on your mech.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
Yeah, it's good. You collected... I beat the hard arena mode, which is... Because the true arena takes all the bosses and you run back through them again, except they hit harder, you get less healing items, and their movesets are slightly different. So it's much more challenging. And you fight more bosses. Shit. Yep. What? Use your words.
Just gonna say Meta Knight.
Bam. What?
Cool.
I just remember the way
What?
I had
Okay,
this.
don't do that. What?
What's up?
I just remember the way I had to cope with some of the bad lag in Dark Souls. Sorry, I used the bow and arrow,
Oh, right. You
backing up into this ridiculous anime dude, like shooting lightning everywhere. I'm like, whatever, man. It was
He
it was
beat
very
the
Dark
Nameless
Souls.
King like that, right?
Yes.
He's just like,
You
whatever,
son of a
Man
bitch.
walked in on me doing it. And he was like, "That's the most Dark Souls thing I've ever seen."
No, what was that long pause? What was that pregnant pause?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking, I will pour this on you. Shit. Shit. Thank you. Watch me emasculate myself.
I
on the
will
stream.
pour soda on you. Oh, come on. Jesus Christ. Oh, my wrist. Are you a professor, brother?
Yes. What the fuck?
None.
What was that? No.
No, I don't.
Fucking no.
I don't know what he's
Stop,
talking
man.
about.
Don't do this to me.
So,
Don't do this.
Koji Igarashi isn't making cell phone games anymore.
No, he isn't. He also isn't making Otome Dios Excellency. So, thank
Right.
you, God.
That fucking lowly shooter.
Yeah.
Sumimasen? No,
So-
Shimimasen.
It doesn't stain?
Yeah.
Sumimasen. Excuse me. Shimimasen. It doesn't stain.
We figured this out the other day.
So, the Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter happened, and it got $1 bajillion, and he shit on a plate or something.
But between us smelling the shit,
The Bloodstained kick, because Kickstarters happen in the wake of larger Kickstarters.
yes.
So he made a Kickstarter. We're like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Because it was, done in a way that was great. It was a slow build-up to a Kickstarter with that Sword Whip online thing.
Fucking Koji.
And the most worrying part of that whole thing was it was Inti Crates again. The guys who
Yeah.
made My Number 9.
Right. And this is great because these two things have provided the perfect A-B comparison. With concept, without concept.
Yeah.
I've been trying to remember the full list of atrocities they've made.
Killtrocities?
Yes, Killtrocities.
It's pretty long, including that penguin thing that lost that one company millions
yeah,
of
Marvel
dollars.
has just had to pull out after nothing happened for 5+ years.
While trying to make Mighty Number 9 a transmedia event, Yeah, no. Concept
I will
was
thank you to never utter that phrase again.
Concept was trying to make another transmedia event
What did we
Christian house.
just discuss?
called Pirate King blah blah blah, and it was about a pirate penguin. And it was going to be an anime and a game and another game and some third medium,
Probably manga or
fourth
something,
thing,
I don't know.
manga. And eventually Spike, I think, Spike
Marvelous,
Chunsoft.
I believe. Yeah, because
right.
they just switched over fully to the Senran Kagura's director and let him take over the company, it seems.
Yeah. It lost them millions and they got nothing out of it. Millions and millions of dollars went into this pirate game that went
Why
nowhere.
would you try to make them all at the same time if you didn't have a reasonable expectation that they weren't going to be shit?
I don't know. You can't Google Mighty Number 9 now without it just being a front page of Google just shitting on it like every single return. So the anime's dead.
Yeah, because I mean, as a species, humans have like a bell curve. We have a baseline for acceptability. There will always be outliers, but by and large, if you play the large numbers,
Yeah.
we're going to have a reasonable reaction to things that are clearly negative to our health.
Yeah, so Concept's done a lot, and without Concept, Inti Creates can make good games seemingly, as seen with the Bloodstained demo.
Yeah.
$60 plus backers got a demo. That was the E3 demo.
Yep.
The interesting thing that came out of this is apparently it's the exact same demo that was at E3. So Koji's just rolling up into E3 being like, try this Xbox One demo while running it on a monster PC.
For Xbox Live and Windows 10.
So like all those Xbox One demos.
What Xbox One demos? I didn't see any.
There are a lot of PC demos
But
on that floor.
But yeah, I have a GTX 970 and an i7 that's 4 gigahertz, so I got a pretty nice PC and it runs it pretty well. That thing's gonna be a fucking tire fire on the Xbox One. Please don't buy it on that. I just went through Mighty Number 9. Do not buy it on that. Don't make that mistake. Don't! In any case, so hey.
Step 1, don't buy an Xbox One.
Step 2, good job.
Buy some Step 3, buy some
Microsoft is helping you with this. They're like, look at all these Xboxes, and all these games are on whatever. Why would you buy these?
Remember way back in the day, the Honest Trailers video for Bloodborne was the game that put everyone who bought an Xbox One on suicide watch.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's supposed to be coming to PC soon.
Bloodborne?
No way.
Yeah.
That's published by Sony. Kind of like how Demon's Soul never came to anything else.
People keep...
Well, they keep
no,
saying,
not people, but
okay.
it keeps coming up of like, so I heard some guy in the thing, like Cloak and Dagger shit.
So, no.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't say confirmed.
I know, but those... Okay.
So hey,
It's not Half-Life 3
I
I
Bloodstained
saved
confirmed.
it for this. That game plays and controls really well, even how I played it, which I went, I'm lazy, I don't feel like connecting a controller, I'll play with a keyboard.
Gross.
It was really gross. Click was attack. Yeah.
spacebar jumps.
Yeah. It was janky. It was keys placed in why? Why?
Yeah.
But it's worked. It still played well. I could still beat the demo like that. It still, everything felt smooth. Everything controlled well once I remembered which key opened the menu.
I mean, Iga's doing his job right, because one of the first videos that came out of the Kickstarter is he's like, no, the jumping needs to be like this. It needs to feel like this. And the movement speed is this.
like,
And
yeah,
you
how's the
play
movement
that
speed?
demo and it's fucking spot fucking on. It's like, this is Castle
Even-
fucking
Even
shit.
so granular as like, oh, how's the speed? Yeah, the speed is fine, but make her animation be more like a jog because it's an adventure. And I'm like, fuck! Yes!
Then we watched that thing with Keiji Inafune, where he's visiting Concept brought the demo to. Sorry, Inti Creates brought
Okay,
the demo to him.
real quick. This is important context. Keiichi Inafune, at the beginning of part 1 of the documentary, goes to Inti Creates, and this is 9 months after they started development, and he looks like he's never been in the office before.
Yeah, no one seems to
Recognize
It seems like
him.
a
He
weird
doesn't know
thing to-
who does what. He's asking them, like, so is this where they... So in any case, and then by the end of the episode, they bring the demo to Concept.
Right, so he can try it. And he's just he's dying constantly, and he's just like, oh, I guess it's hard. It's okay.
Well, he gets
He's
pissed
fine.
at first. He gets pissed because it's that moment in the military base where the crate goes, and you need to jump on the crate, jump up, shoot the red barrel so you can climb the ladder. He dies, I shit you not, they show it 24 or so fucking times at this, and he just gets angry and literally says, well, the smile's been wiped off my face. And the next thing he says is, how did you design this difficulty? And the guy goes, what? And he goes, what method did you use to calibrate this difficulty? And the guy has, like, a bullshit answer. Like, he doesn't have a real answer for it. But still, at the end of the episode, he's like, good demo. And he's okay with everything that happened. Doesn't give them any feedback or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, the gap here. The chasm here. Between directing styles, which, technically, he's a producer. Yes. But hey, let's talk about Bloodstained. Bloodstained's amazing. Every animation's gorgeous. The fucking models are insane. The detail in the environment is really great. It is... Aggro, you remember something like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, when Lords of Shadow was announced, and like the Alucard Castlevania game went away? Yeah. Like Koji's project was canceled because he was working on one too. I had to convince myself, this dream I've had for years now of this 2D gameplay, gorgeous 3D Castlevania cannot exist. It just wouldn't feel right. It wouldn't play right. It would look terrible.
Mirror Fate came out, confirmed that belief.
This is real. Bloodstained is it. It feels so perfectly right.
Castlevania game.
And except for like the filigree and the font, like it's a Castlevania game through and through. There's
Dude,
no
the animation for leveling up, that one animation looks better than all of Mighty Number 9 combined.
Swoosh? Oh,
it's just the most amazing, beautiful 3D thing.
What about
like,
when you get a soul? But
exactly.
in other Castlevania games,
it just
whatever,
goes
a soul
into you,
spins around,
and it
whatever.
goes.
This, a shard comes out and impales your chest,
And then you shove it through because the only way out is through.
Like, with how vibrant and confident the presentation of this game is, deep down in my heart, I fully expect Richter to show up with like aviators and a fake mustache and be like, my name is Tom Trichter.
See, I'm telling this guy, I basically, whatever, I'll tell you after this. In any case, don't want to spoil it if we do it. Fucking, oh man. And then I go and I read like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be his largest castle ever. This is 1,600 rooms. For comparison, Symphony of the Night's 894.
Not counting Double Castle?
Not counting Double Castle.
Yeah.
So it's
fair.
No, because it's like those
same.
rooms aren't actually designed to be played upside down. They just happen to work.
What if we flip
That's what I loved about the reverse castle in Symphony. Like, do you think Symphony's a weird, unbalanced, broken sprawl? Welcome to the reverse castle and your nightmare.
Did you look at the castle? They flipped the bitch.
Yes. That was quite something.
Fucking just start the thing and you're punching things. First chest, longsword. Got a kind of slow attack, great range. Very nice. Second weapon, kung fu shoes.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do declare.
Now, the interesting thing is people actually have been hacking things out of this game. It's not really coming to the surface via search algorithms, but if you know where to look, you can find videos of basically every weapon in the game. Like, every style of weapon.
Yeah.
Where, like, whip animation is already in there for her attacking with that and all the other stuff, and it all looks really good, and it's nowhere near done. Like, if she crouches, the animations break because they aren't done. Like, it'll just do an animation that doesn't make sense for that. But it's just crazy how far they've come this quick, and it's like, how is that? This is... And like, if Mighty Number 9 was further apart, maybe this wouldn't constantly be the thought. But I'm like, this thing is so perfect. How
and
is
it's
it
not
so
even
spot on?
the
And it's
actual
not even done.
beta demo that we're going to get later.
Yeah,
In addition to this.
yeah. Which I hope that thing's a legitimate beta and not a demo called a beta. Because there's a difference.
They did say they are going to delete it after a period of time, though.
Well, that's this one.
Oh, that one? I thought it was...
Yeah, that one's up for 3 months, I think they said.
Okay.
Which I was like, thank you. You let us know how long it would exist. You gave us plenty of heads up, whereas Mighty Number 9, you got 2 days, fuckers. Speaking of you got 2 days, fuckers, guess what I can't play anymore? Thomas Hopper's PlayStation mobile games, because the authentication servers are down, and since my system got wiped, the authentication was wiped. So I have these games on my fucking system, and they won't play.
Yeah.
Fuck Sony. In any case, Bloodstained.
Bloodstained.
Bob, what was your favorite part? Was it the giant-headed sea monster that might be a dude?
We don't know its life choices.
It self-identifies as having giant gazungas.
I wish I could identify as a... Whoa!
Jesus Christ! Santa's real!
I was really surprised to see that cool intro to the boss fight.
Yes.
Where she dodges the stuff. It was really neat. I did not expect the production of that level.
Especially at this budget level. Even though it's about $9 million, because only some of it came from the Kickstarter.
Right. I forgot that there was that.
Yeah, they had more backup funding.
Oh yeah, so it was just I need to prove that Castlevania has fans. Can you help me?
Yeah. I can. They can do that very hard.
Yes. I will stand to be counted.
And that sort of reminded me of Dracula X Chronicles for the PSP. How that too had that sort of thing where you come up on a boss and it changes to the...
Yeah, but I
didn't expect it.
Even way more than that.
Obviously, this is right. PSP versus it.
Right.
This game only boots in 64-bit OSs. That's how demanding this shit is. Apparently, Unreal Engine 4 only tolerates 64 bits. I was like, that's great. Thank you. Just shrug off all of the shackles.
I tried to run it on my PC. That didn't go great.
They're like, Iga, how many systems do you think we should make this game run well on? And he's like, do you know how many cell phone games I had to make? The answer is no.
I'm releasing this for a hypothetical future console. It hasn't even been dreamed of yet.
I'm making my dream game that they have kept me from making for 8 years now. And you have walked into my office and asked me how compromised I want it. Now, there are 2 exits to this room. There's that window, which you will take if you spend a second longer in here, or you will walk your ass out that door now.
It's like, Iga, it's just a 2D platformer. He fucking flips the desk. I have been fighting this ignorance my entire career.
Should we release this on the Game Boy Advance? Outside shot of the building. Ah! Yeah, fuck. It's so good.
It's really good. It's
so
fun.
Good. The
it's
menus
nice.
are so polished and beautiful. The soul get animation's so great. The level up animation's so great. The enemies look so incredible. The boars look fucking nuts.
Yeah.
You don't see the boars in the other games and go, oh yeah, imagine if it was crazy high-end beautiful, and imagine that. They just delivered it to me. They're like, it's real and it's yours.
What year did Ecclesia come out?
That was 8 years ago.
Oh. Wait, there was one after that, wasn't there? Wasn't there Harmony of...
No.
There's 0 after that.
There were not.
Okay. We don't judge Iga for the
it went
things they made
Portrait
him
of Ruin,
do.
Order of Ecclesia, the Bloodstained Kickstarter.
Okay.
Let's cover that one more time to be clear.
Portrait of Ruin, Order of Ecclesia, the Bloodstained Kickstarter.
But the backdash feels really good, I gotta say.
Yeah, it does.
It's
important.
That's quintessential to the way Castlevania is.
Yeah, because Aria Sorrow has that good backdash.
Right.
That quick, burst at the beginning and then slight slowdown near the end. So that way you can do halfway and then attack.
Right. And
With how good her animations are, I can't wait to see the knock-knock move. Jesus Christ.
Right? The flying up rock feather.
It better have one. If it doesn't, that'd be crazy. Because they didn't have one in Ecclesia, and that made that one of the worst entries, I say.
Well, okay, check this out, though. You can fly around in Ecclesia and shoot double lasers.
You could.
You're right.
I'm waiting for them to get really far into production, and then Konami tries to sue them because he kept saying Igavania for the promotion for this game. And then instead of a countersuit, there's a riot.
Yeah.
With torches in the streets.
Okay, yeah, I checked it. Every time I say the sentence, it's been 8 years since a real Castlevania. I'm like, no, that can't be. I'm doing the math up here, but this doesn't want to believe the last 8 years of my life have been this bleak.
Well, you've been replaying them. That happens once in a
Wait, let
while.
me look at my past 8 years. Just a field of fire. Just, no. Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah. Everyone's been excited about Assassin's Creed's games, and they've been like, this one's better, this one's worse, this one's... I'm so excited for it, and I've just been there quiet in the
all
corner.
you see is flames.
Yeah.
Just flames.
I had to watch a PlayStation Access, I think, video where they went over the 7 games that surpassed all the hype. And Lords of Shadow was on that list. And I don't think anyone past 1777 has wanted to kill an Englishman more than I did in that moment.
But what hype was there leading up to that?
I don't fucking know.
That's insane.
Well, it was Kojima making a Castlevania, which it wasn't, but that's what they said and what people bought. I didn't need to know that.
So it went Portrait of Ruin, Order of Ecclesia, the Bloodstained Kickstarter.
Yes. Oh, I feel so much better.
Right?
That was like a year, right? One! You know what's great?
What?
And this is so important to me.
Bloodstained Demo.
Yes. I can't tell you how great that thing is. It's impossible with words. But Ego was like, the reason we're making this Unreal Engine 4 and something really important we're trying to do with this is make it so we make these enemies, you know, unlike his Metroidvanias on the, or GigaBoots on the portables and stuff, he got to reuse assets there. This isn't like that. He has to create it from the ground up. He fully intends already to make sequels and to be able to reuse the systems or the assets or whatever to expedite that process of making a sequel.
Yeah.
And that makes me happier than anything. Because, like, every Igavania on the Game Boy Advance and DS is better than any Metroidvania I've ever played. So even the weird ones, like Harmony of Dissonance, are a delightful experience in... Why is that guy shoving a thumb up his ass? Oh, well, this is still dope as shit.
Wait.
It's like a squeak he makes basically every time. And that makes me really happy, because getting one of these is great. But getting continual... Because, like, Ecclesia, as Bob said, like, didn't have the rock feather, it's the worst. But... Still, Ecclesia's just so damn good. The music in it is incredible. The fucking, like, you're going on a massive adventure feeling in that is so great.
This is the one thing I'm like, I'm not going to get the exact same songs as before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing I can get those soundtracks off of the internet.
There's probably immediate day one mod.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
they just replace them.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, they're...
He's like, oops.
Because let me tell you, some of you may know Dan as a Mega Man guy, or as very like a big fan of those things, but none of them, I feel, match the enthusiasm and fervor he has for Castlevania.
Let me phrase this a different way. You may know me as the Mega Man guy, or the Sonic guy, or the Castlevania guy. No, the only thing you, GigaBoots fandom, have ever known me as is the husk of a man who once loved those franchises.
Yes. You were a cross for a while, not because you were a Christian, but because it reminded you of Castlevania.
Yes, it was cool.
We played all the way through both Lords of Shadow games. I just like reminding people of that.
There were 3 Lords of Shadow games, I hate to inform you.
Portrait of Ruin,
Oh, right.
Order of Ecclesia,
You're right.
the Bloodstained Kickstarter.
What was I thinking?
Some people don't stick to the plan.
I honestly, I believe there needs to be a movement that everyone who backed the Mighty Number 9 Kickstarter has to buy Bloodstained as penance.
Yeah, I agree. I mentioned this at some random point during some stream, and some people were like, "Do you? If you had a time machine, would you stop Mighty Number 9?" And I'm like, "No, because Mighty Number 9's success is what made Bloodstained possible." In fact, Ben Judd, the same agent who worked with both and convinced them to do the Kickstarters, he explained, like, Iga really didn't want to, like, he wasn't sure. He didn't know if he could, and Ben Judd kept trying to convince him. And then Mighty Number 9 happened, and it still took a lot of time. Iga visited every publisher in the world with this game, with all of the numbers. Here's the sales data for every Castlevania I've made. None of them have ever not made a profit. Every single one of them has profited with no marketing money behind them. If it had any marketing, we could have done much better, blah, blah, blah. Every publisher said no. And then Ben Judd finally convinced him to do this Kickstarter. So yes, $425 was worth Bloodstained.
I mean, if nothing else, Mighty Number 9 is hopefully the beast that finally slayed the Keiji Inafune.
I look forward to Recore being the last game he ever makes.
But Recore is the true spiritual successor to Mega Man because I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
No, that is the thing someone said, and I was very angry.
No, I know.
It has jumping and dashing. It's like Mega Man. I'm like, well, so is Mighty Number 9 at that point. So is Sonic at that point.
Fucking Gravity Rush has jumping and air dashing.
I feel like
true.
we all need to simultaneously just do a glasses takeoff.
like Jump was on the list. Air Dash wasn't because the other two items are shoot and make the jumps kind of hard.
It's a good list, you know? We need to roll that
But when
more.
it's the Mighty Number 9 list of jump, spin dash, go fast, Sonic might be a Mighty Number 9. But were there any other games you guys played?
Overwatch.
How about a Sonic games? The new Mega Man ripoff is a bad Sonic game.
Yeah.
I'm honestly excited for whatever they announced in July for the new Sonic game. They've been working on
It's
this
always
thing for
exciting.
2.5 years.
We've been saying
well-
over and over, if it's the Sonic Twitter,
I'm
who's
ready
in
for
charge of it?
2K106.
I mean, yeah.
Did you?
But the Sonic Twitter is great right now.
Yeah, did
It
you
is.
see
It's so
the-
self-aware.
It's so
Fucking
hot right now.
savage.
It is so hot right now.
Did you get to see the Sonic Twitter reacting to the Silva Gunner tweet?
Mm-hmm.
God, so good. That was a happy moment for me. It says here he only uploads high-quality video game rips. Well, then it must be legit. My dreams!
I swear, the fucking Sonic Twitter and the Denny's Tumblr are going to get married. I ship that. Full tilt.
Yeah, okay.
OTP.
I'm okay with that.
So you've been
So
playing
you played Overwatch.
Yeah, Overwatch is a fun game.
It is a fun game. The
What I
three of
hear.
us on it do.
I do not.
The three of us on it.
I was super gonna, cause like I played a lot of the practice thing on a PS4, and I'm like, this game feels amazing. It looks really fun. I'm gonna pick it up. And then like a week after it came out, I started hearing people bitch about the meta. It was like, I will buy this game at some point and play it only with friends.
You probably should. That's what we do.
So I'm like, it's been a week and it's already mid or feed noob. God damn it.
But the porn is just such a high quality.
Which I feel like I need to clear something up about Overwatch pornography. Blizzard hired that third-party company to issue a bunch of cease and desists and some takedown orders for Overwatch pornography that literally ripped game assets
Yes.
to make pornography.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Blizzard didn't think they could remove Overwatch porn from the internet.
I'm okay with the backlash movement to make more porn, though, so.
Yeah. Most
I'll
of
let them believe whatever they
most
want.
of the time I read that story was Blizzard thinks porn's new and they can get rid of it.
Did you not know that was video game journalism?
It's so beautiful. You could almost fall in love with it. I can't even finish it.
I just.
So yeah, there's still Overwatch porn.
There is.
Fucking, I was on a Tumblr.
It is Futanari is alarmingly overrepresented in Overwatch pornography.
And I'm glad I have never experienced
And
that.
again, it comes back to dick girls.
Everything. It's just
Didn't
it's dick
the last
girls all the way down.
E3 podcast leave off on never mention Futo around me? I feel like it was probably
No, I don't remember that.
whatever. Hey, case.
I remember you
was
saying
on some Twitter.
mention dick girls every podcast. I remember that. We can go back to the tape.
I will kill you.
No, there was we were watching some
I was on
YouTube
the Twitter.
thing, and it just kept showing up with Tracer cradling Widowmaker's ass.
Yeah, I was on a
Looking
Twitter
longingly at
too.
it.
I was on a Twitter too, and it's like, this has a bunch of funny videos. But then I look at the background image, and it's Tracer burying her face in Widowmaker's ass.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I remember that thumbnail.
hey guys, I've been playing Adventure in Mana.
That's
Yeah?
cool.
How was that?
Really good.
That sounds pretty JRPG.
It's a $14 Vita game.
How many dick girls are in it?
So far.
That you know of.
Is it near? You have to tell me.
How many characters have you confirmed the genitalia of? So it's not that kind of
So
JRPG.
it's a great Secret of Mana type
Oh, yeah.
game. It is a second Densetsu game, and it is really good, and it is fun. And I played the Game Boy original a long time ago for about 10 minutes, and I was like, this isn't Final Fantasy. This is way better than that. Only later did I find out it was this Secret of Mana game.
So is it an action RPG like classic Secret of Mana?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is
Ooh.
based on the first Secret of Mana game.
Ooh.
It is
Oh.
just a remake.
So is that again like
It's
sort
that
of Mana
Final
on the Game Boy
Fantasy-
Advance, but not that?
Right, right, which is also based on Final Fantasy Adventure,
Yeah.
as it was called here.
So it's okay.
Yeah, it's Seiken Densetsu 1. Secret of Mana, as we know it here, is Seiken Densetsu 2. And then the game every fanboy wants shut the fuck up about is Seiken Densetsu 3.
Because it never came to the States.
These motherfuckers. Square Enix finally brings over the Vita version. For those who didn't know, they made an iPhone version of the Vita version for Japan. You know what they bring over? The iPhone version only. So everyone keeps blowing up Square Enix's Twitter and stuff and just like, fucking bring it over! It looks so good, you sons of bitches! We don't want to do serious gaming on a fucking iPhone. And they finally bring it over. They're like, here you guys go. We did it. Square Enix America convinced Square Enix Japan to stop being retarded for one glorious moment. And we have released this on the Vita. And this is on the PlayStation blog. The second comment. I would care if it was Seiken Densetsu 3. I hate these assholes.
No, the PlayStation blog has the worst.
Oh, I know.
commenters.
You were bringing up, like, some other games barely shipping. Some guy made it by himself, and he's like, it's finally hitting the
After 4
finish
years,
line. Hitting the finish line, and some guy's like, oh, is the Vita version canceled or what?
and that was after a guy was like, "Oh, no campaign story mode. I think this is a real mistake."
PlayStation Nation.
I would like to take a moment to address people who view a multiplayer-only game and complain that there's no story mode and that was a mistake and that offends them. I feel like you would benefit a lot from just finding like an enormous like Pleistocene or maybe like Bakelite facsimile of engorged male genitalia and just ramming that fucking thing all the way down your useless goddamn windpipe. Every time a game comes out and it wasn't the game you wish someone would make for you, is not a moral imperative to open your slobbering shithouse of a mouth and just waste the precious few moments we have on this planet with acting like you have a thought that is meaningful.
Adventure of Mana is great.
Cool.
Yeah. You can see how Secret of Mana, which is the best in the series, is actually like
Has someone
Like-
seen that gauntlet? I think it's on the floor.
It's next to that glove.
how like that game would eventually become Secret of Mana. Like you slowly get weapons throughout. They have special abilities, much like the whip in Secret of Mana allows you to cross gaps by whipping it against a wooden pole and pulling yourself across. In this, it's a flail with a weight on the end. So you use an axe to clear trees to get access to new areas, and you get the axe in this part of a dungeon. It's really good. The game runs at 60 frames per second. It is honestly one of the best looking Vita games I've seen. And it just like, it's been so long since I even played a Vita game other than Dragon's Crown that I was sort of taken back, and I was like, this is why the Vita could have been great. Now, the interesting thing here, for those who don't know, the iPhones of the era that the Vita came out actually had pretty similar hardware to it. It was somewhere between an iPhone and an iPad, Vita hardware is. This game seems to really have been coded on some custom engine to really take advantage of that hardware to such an extent that you boot the game and it's like, I turned off the internet. I can't deal with both of these right now. And I'm like, that's weird. Then I'm like, oh, I got a trophy. What do the trophies look like? And it's like, you can't look at trophies, man. I can't deal with both of these right now. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Game? But it looks gorgeous. It runs really well. It's super fucking fun. God damn.
Did you play Sword of Mana for Game Boy Advance?
No, I've been meaning to. Okay. To be honest, if it weren't for the fact that the Mana series went up its own ass and burst into flames, I would have bought all of them by now, but I figure that's cutting. And I don't want to cut myself. Mighty Number 9 was one game, not 10.
Gotcha. I have it if you want to compare.
Cool. I would like to at some point. Have you seen the PS2 Mana game?
No.
Why does this come up?
Because it comes up, Bob. So, Kingdom Hearts comes out. My brother's like, this is like Secret of Mana if it was like not a Mana game. And I'm like, really? And I play it and I'm like, wow, why wasn't that last Mana game like this? Ha ha ha. And then they put out a Mana game. It's a PS2 game that has physics in it. You do not know the scale of shit mountain that game is. I haven't even played it, and to this day I'm livid. Because I had to watch 5 seconds. Huh. You got one bad Star Ocean, you motherfucker. But yeah, this game's great.
GigaBoots has been brought to you by our glorious producers, Vincent Poverk, Cywolf, and Gary Owen via our Patreon. Consider becoming a GigaBoots patron today.